Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar on cybersecurity. We live in a digital world. Our work lives, personal lives, and finances all have begun gravitating towards the world of the internet and electronic media. Unfortunately, this makes us more vulnerable than ever to malicious attacks and invasions of privacy. That's why cybersecurity is such a vital part of a secure and well ordered digital world. Today, we have with us Mr. Ritesh Chaudhary to share his knowledge in the domain as well as to shed light on how to become a successful cybersecurity professional. Mr. Ritesh Chaudhary is a certified ethical hacker, has immense experience on multiple cybersecurity tools, and has detected over 800 cyber attacks in a single year. He is working in M&S Global and was promoted from associate security consultant to executive risk management and audit in just 1 year. Sir, we are glad to have you here. To all the audience, we'll be answering questions at the end of the session, so make sure you note down any questions that come to your mind. I would request all of you to please mute your mic till the end of the session. So without further ado, I'd like to kick things off. Over to you, Ritesh, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, Anjali, for a brief introduction. First, I welcome you all here today. And before we take this morning ahead, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Ritesh, as Anjali said. I have quite good experience in cybersecurity, and I'm working in cybersecurity domain since near about 3 years. And apart from this, I am also a motivational speaker. And here I'm blessed and honored to be a part of this IEEE session. Okay, so before further any delay, we will start. Okay, so today's topic is here is the index. Like we have 11 points to cover up. First is what is cybersecurity. Second is why cybersecurity is essential. Third one is why cybercrime is increasing. Fourth one is what is cyber impact of cybercrime. Why cybercrime is one of the most demanding profession nowadays. Cybersecurity career guidance, types of cybersecurity professions, how to choose a career path in cybersecurity, introduction of cyber forensics, yeah, and general awareness of cybersecurity, how to become an ethical hacker. Yeah, not hacker, but definitely ethical hacker. Okay, so what is cybersecurity? You mean, uh, uh, as you know, every thing like a security guard, you can consider a bodyguard. Every important thing needs a security protection. Just like this, there is a digital protection we call cyber security. Okay, so computer security is a cyber security or information technology. Security is the protection of computer systems and network information to theft or damage to their hardware, software, or electric data, as well as form the disruption of misdirection of the services they provide. Okay, so whatever the data is, you feel secure. Like corporate have their personal data. Maybe you have your personal data. Okay, your individual data, your study material, your family photographs, whatever it is, you wanted to protect. And imagine someone is trying to hack, someone is trying to access beyond your knowledge. So that's what we call cybersecurity. That's what hackers do. And what ethical hackers do, they protect to against them. Okay, you will get a better idea in next few slides, so don't worry about it. Okay, before we go into the cybersecurity, we must have to know hacking is fun or criminal activity. Okay, so here is very most important few guys who have made the cybersecurity industry just huge. Okay, because of them, there is a very much and a lot things we let know and we understand like these things actually happens in cybersecurity. Okay, so one of them is Robert T. Morris, which is first internet worm. Okay, he was the first guy who designed the first internet worm in 1988. Okay, the second one is Kevin. Kevin actually hacked the KIIM-FM from United States of America. Okay, and his second name is Tark Dent. Okay, you can Google him. Third one is David L. Smith. In 1999, David L. Smith created the Melissa virus, okay, which was designed to email itself to entries in a user's address book and later delete files on the infected system. Okay, the Melissa virus is the most deadliest virus till now from 1999. Before that, there is no such kind of viruses like that much dangerous viruses. But till date, there is Melissa virus is most deadliest and most dangerous virus designed by David. Okay, so most important he is, and the fourth one, Jan David. Okay, in 2001, Jan David authorized the Anna Korinkoa virus. Okay, Anna Korinkoa virus. Okay, which was designed to read all the entries of a user's Outlook, address book, and email itself to each. Okay, I mean everybody use Google, Gmail. Okay, so you have your address book, Outlook. Once few corporate employees use. I guess we are all students here. Okay, nobody. Yeah, you casually use the Google or Gmails. Okay, so you have your emails, your address books, your contact list in your Google account. So what this virus do? It will read all your entries and mail it to yourself and automatically delete it from to each. Okay, and here is a one guy, McKinnon. Okay, in 2002, Gary McKinnon connected to deleted critical files on US military networks, yeah, including information on weapons and other systems. He performed his actions after compromising roughly 2,000 computer systems inside the US military's New York. Yeah, you hear right. Okay, he actually compromised 2,000 systems in the US military. Yeah, in 2002. And the next one is Adam Botbley. Okay, in 2004, Adam Botbley, together with two friends, okay, he is with his two friends, and conspired to steal credit cards information from the Lowe's hardware chain. Yeah, you heard it right, guys. He was the first guy who steal the information of credit cards. After that, people doing this, people learn this technique from him. He invented the technique. Like credit card information might be stolen and might be useful. Before him, nobody knows about it. Okay, so the last one is Christina. Okay, she was a young Russian hacker, got involved in several plots to different from United States and Great Britain. She hacked from the banks from these two countries. She used the Trojan horse to attack and open thousands of banks accounts in the banks of America through which was able to scheme around 3 million in total. Yeah, right. You heard me right. 3 million in total. Okay. So now we will see the how they do it, and like what is the actual fact, or I'll show the anatomy of the attack. Okay, here it is. It is just a anatomy, like a diagram, like how phishing attack or any other attack can be executed. You can see here, here is a attacker. Okay, he sent something, phishing email or phishing link or any image or PDF file. See, attacker can use any method. You just add image. Okay, he just send it to you. Okay, while sending, firewall might, so there is some behavioral things in the hackers attack. That's why corporate use firewalls. Okay, we have in every computer there is a firewall as well in computer, Microsoft or anything. Okay, so you might be get detected. If not, if attacker is smart, okay, email verification, antivirus spam here. Okay, it will pass this also. You have no idea what comes to in your inbox. Okay, so what it will do once you open the link, just a click, guys. Yeah, just a click. You have to do nothing about it. Just a click. Once you click, it will execute a payload or something which is designed to execute in background of your system. Okay, to steal your sensitive data, bypass your proxy, DPL or IPS IDS, whatever it is. In personal computers, you have nothing, nothing like this. Okay, corporate level might be have actually definitely corporate levels have, but if not, if you are a home user, you might be easily get targeted and your sensitive data uh, uh, gain successfully targeted by the attacker. Okay, so are you guys understanding? Like I'm sending you something. I'm sending you a letter. Okay, digital letter. You open it, you read it. Oh, and you said, oh wow, that's really great. But you don't know while reading, I'm doing something with you and I'm stealing your data, and you have no idea about it. Once I will misuse it, then you will get to know it and you will try to fix it. But before that, I have done my work. Just like this. Just 15 days ago, Twitter has a huge cryptocurrency attack. Yeah, just 15 days ago. It is quite popular in now cybersecurity on social media like 2020 Twitter Bitcoin scam. You can Google it anytime. Uh, Representative scam tweet from Apple's account. The Bitcoin address has been obscured on July 15, 2020, between 20 and 22 UTC, a number of high-profile Twitter accounts, each with millions of followers. Yeah, each with millions of followers, not just like you and me guys Twitter account. They targeted a very huge accounts and the popular one. Okay, were compromised in a cyber attack to promote a Bitcoin scam. Yeah, do you guys know Bitcoin? Yeah, it is a digital currency. Those who don't know. Okay, the, the tweets involved in the scam had claimed that the sender, in charity, would repay any user double the value of any Bitcoin they send to give wallets after as part of a COVID-19 relief effort. Yeah, they actually announced that you send me 10 Bitcoins, I'll send you twice. Yeah, you heard me right. If I'll send him 1,000 Bitcoins, he will send me 2,000 Bitcoins. But that was a scam. Who knows? Imagine president sending you a request like send me 10,000, I'll send you 20,000. Definitely, you will go. You will go for this. Okay. The tweets followed in sharing of malicious links by a number of cryptocurrency companies. The website hosting the link was taken down shortly after the tweets were posted. Yeah, but Twitter is not so small platform, guys. They immediately taken down the scams, whatever tweets has been manipulated. But between that time of spam, there is a lot things gets happened. Okay, see, Apple has tweeted something, Barack Obama tweeted, Elon Musk tweeted, Bill Gates tweeted. Yeah, they all are tweeting same thing like give me something amount in bitcoins for my referral ID, which is present in this. Yeah, you can see at ABC1QXYXYZ. Okay, so they promote an ID. Okay, whenever you try to send a money to your friend, what do? You normally use Google Pay, Phone Pay, or banks. Okay, but in digital currency like bitcoins, you have to use addresses like this. Yeah. Okay, so they manipulated these accounts, which is followed by millions of people, and targeted the attack successfully. Yeah, just 15 days ago. So, why cybersecurity is essential? You might have some idea right now because I showed you guys how the things are going right now. Okay, the digital accounts, the social platforms, how they manipulate this, how they advertise this. Okay, and we all are in lockdown period, right? So everybody is stuck in somewhere. So what increased in your life? I guess internet. Yeah, definitely. You guys are online much more than previous few months ago. Okay, so while you are interacting more and more with technology, don't you think whether it is secure or not, whether someone is on the spy on me or not, whether my data is safe or not, whether I'm hacked or not? Okay, So you have to make sure all these things. So that's why this session is going to quite interesting in forward. Yeah. So let's see. Cyber security's importance is on the rise. Yeah. Fundamentally, our society is more technologically reliant than ever before, and there is no sign that this trend will personal data that could result in ideally theft is now posted to the public on our social media accounts. Yeah, sensitive information like social security numbers, credit card information, and bank account details are now stored in cloud storage services like Dropbox, Google Drive. Yes, yes, yes. Whenever you try to log in your bank details, username, most of you definitely using internet banking. Okay, so do never ever. I recommend you never save your password in the any browser. Okay, like when you store a browser, it will store in your application data, right, which is present in your C drive. Definitely, but there is the option like synchronization. Okay, you may have heard about it. Once you synchronize the data, it will store in Drive as well. Whatever the Drive Google has, whatever the Drive the browser has. Yeah. The fact of the matter is, whenever you are an individual, small business, or large multinational, you rely on computer systems every day. Definitely, you don't need to become a large or any small. It's a trend like everybody have cell phones right now. Okay, so what it is indirectly you are dependent on the systems. Pairs this with the rise in cloud services, more cloud services, security, smartphones, and the Internet of Things (IoT), and we have a myriad of cybersecurity threats that didn't exist a few decades ago. Yeah, we need to understand the difference between cybersecurity and information security, even though the skill sets are becoming more similar. Yeah, there is a bit difference between information security and cybersecurity. You will know about it. Okay. Another reason why cybersecurity is important in modern day society is that it holds a major impact in improving your cyber security. Imagine you are attacking or I'm targeting you. It is easy to get hack you, or it is easy to execute my methods because I'm having the bandwidth. Okay, but what if my Google page is loading in 5 to 10 seconds or 15 to 16 seconds? So it is difficult, like how my packets will flow there. Okay, how they will execute, how they will even survive. So the speed, once the speed is increasing, you are in coming into the risk. Okay, it is so because probable cyber threats for your systems, such as any virus or malware, end up in not only stealing sensitive information but in reducing the speed of your system as well. Yeah, once I'm trying to attack, or any attacker is trying to execute the attack, he will not just steal your information. He will slow down your system. Okay, he will not just steal your information, he will slow down your system. Okay, then always keep it mind, once your system is getting very slow, there might be you are hacked or you get destroyed. And identity theft isn't the only goal. Cyber attack may aim to compromise data integrity, destroy or change data, to breed this bird in an organization or government. Yeah, it will not only to steal your data. Okay, it will change your entries like any bank account. Okay, what attacker can do? Attacker can change, swap the account numbers. The balance will be same. Okay, my balance will reflect in someone others, and someone others balance will be reflect to my account. Okay, it will destroy the data. Okay, see, insurance companies have the large data. Okay, so what if an attacker destroy their all data? They will have no records. Like anybody can claim. Okay, so data integrity, data severity, data availability, these three major pillars exist and very important in cybersecurity, guys. Okay, cyber criminals are becoming more sophisticated, changing that they target, how they affect organizations, and their methods of attack for different security systems. Yeah, social engineering remains the easiest form of cyber attack, with ransomware, phishing, and spyware being the easiest form of entry. Third party vendors who process your data and have poor cybersecurity practices are another common attack vectors. Yeah, making vendors risk management and third party risk management all the more important. Just like how can I say, imagine you have contracted something or on demand services you have hired. Okay, you believe that I have paid something to him and he will take care of my data, but what his infrastructures are poor. You have to make sure that what product are you using, what services are you using, was they secure, will they secure your data, how much you take care of your CP. Provider is not taking care of what he providing, then it's a problem. What is the impact of cybercrime? Okay, so that means yeah, you can understand, like someone is stealing your data and okay, so here it is. There is three major pillars which can attacker can damage: economic cost, reputational cost, and regulatory cost. In economic cost, theft of intellectual property, corporate information, disruption in trading, and the cost of repairing damaged systems. Yeah, reputational cost, loss of consumer trust, loss of current and future customers to the competitors, and poor media coverage. Yeah, just in reputational cost, loss of consumer trust. Like we have just discussed about the insurance company. Okay, I have insured myself from something like in any of the policy XYZ. Okay, and what I see, some attacker stole the data from the insurance company. Okay, so now he knows what medical situations I have, what is my family background, what is my economics background, what is uh, my date of birth, and all the social data about me. Okay, so it is really reputational damage. Okay, the third one is regulatory cost. GDPR and other data breaches laws means that your organization record organization clouds suffer from regulatory fines or sanctions as a result of cybercrime. Yeah, why cybersecurity is demanding profession nowadays? Okay, just a few slides before we discuss, like this is the lockdown period, right? And after you do not need to go outside, work outside. What things are we facing? Everybody is working from home. Like maximum people are working from home, and the internet uses are increasing. So that's why once the usage is increasing, attacks has been increased. That's why the profession has been on demand. Okay, use of technology. As much as you will use the technology, that much it will affect on the profession. Yes, just imagine anybody is launching his product, okay, and he is able to successfully able to sell this product on the peak level. Definitely, yeah. Just like you can consider a car, okay, a huge car, a branding car, BMW, Ferrari, just like this. They launch a car, and everybody is reminding for this rich people and blah blah blah. Okay, so there is a electronic system in that. Okay, that also might be hacked. Okay, the car system which is online, which will provide you the direction, which will provide you the navigators. Okay, so it will connect it to the internet. It will connect. Definitely it will connect to the internet. So the things get hacked because everybody needs it, and everybody wants to use cybersecurity as a career. Okay, so few of you thinking like cybersecurity hacking is just for people and the stealing. Okay, so cybersecurity is a vast field, and there are various roles that one can pursue. When you are initiating a career in cybersecurity, you have to make sure that you analyze different job roles that the industry offers. Yeah, definitely. It is not the other professions like others, like you became an engineer in civil, so you know that you have to become an a constructor, or you will interior designer, or you may have external designer, or you will just a planner. Okay, so just like this in cybersecurity, there is not only a single profession, there is also a lot profession. There are many cybersecurity career tracks, including GRC auditors, incident responders, SOC analysts, IoT security professionals, security software developers, security. For example, to become an auditor or a governance risk management and compliance called GRC manager, you have to make sure you know each and every component of the security infrastructure. Yeah, yields some sort of certifications. You can go with this. The basic one is CND, after this CEH, and then ECSA, and the final one is LPT. This was sponsored by EC Council, right? Not me. Okay, I'm not getting paid to advertise this, but the EC Council provides the certification path like this. Okay, before going to certified ECSA, you have to pursue CEH, and before LPT, you must have certified with ECSA. Okay, there is some cybersecurity colleges in India. You might get weird. I also get weird in while I'm thinking to cybersecurity professions. There is very limited colleges in our India. Okay, so there is a few of here enlisted, but luckily we have one in Pune, Foresight Institute of Management and Research. Okay, so I don't know. Whenever I try to search, and I always counseling the family members about the cybersecurity, so they ask me normal questions like, where do I pursue cybersecurity degree? So in Maharashtra, we don't have much like engineering colleges. In cybersecurity, very few colleges exist in our India. So you may have introduced the cyber forensic. Okay, forensic covers. Okay, we can say computer forensics as the discipline that combines elements of law and computer science to collect and analyze data from computer systems, networks, wireless communications, and storage devices in a way that is admissible as evidence in the digital evidence, not the physical evidence. What we say, आंखों देखा. Okay, forget it. Evidence in a way that acts as evidence in a court of law. So the digital evidence which is admissible in a way. If you manage or administer systems and networks, you should understand computer forensics. Okay, forensics refers to collecting, analyzing, and presenting evidence to the court. The word forensic primarily with the recovery and analysis of talent evidence. Okay, sometimes live evidence, like someone is present at this spotted while the criminal activity, but there is some digital like CCTV cameras, your locations, your messaging, that might be an evidence to the our Indian court law. Okay, forensic is completely difficult, and the cyber security is completely. Okay, so we are on the second point. Investigators use a variety of techniques and proprietary software forensics applications to examine the copy, searching hidden folders and unallocated disk space for copies of deleted, encrypted, or damaged files. Any evidence found on the digital copy is carefully documented in a finding report and verified with the original in preparation for legal proceeding that involves discovery, depositions, or actually litigation. Okay, computer forensics has become its own area of scientific expertise with accom- accompanying coursework and certification. Yeah, it is its own, not depending on any other technology. Okay, how to protect your organization against cybersecurity? So we have some sort of points. There are three simple steps you can take your increase security and reduce risks of cybercrime. Educate first is educate all level of your organization about the risk of social engineering and common social engineering scams like phishing emails and typo squatting. Yeah, while I'm telling you social engineering, you guys know about it. Okay, let me tell you. Social engineering is thing like if I'm targeting someone. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll before the attack, I'll gather the things. Okay, what I will visit is social media like Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Snapchat, whatever he is using, I'll try to follow him. I'll try to review his profiles, what he do, what he shop, where he travel. Okay, what his pet's name. Okay, on the behalf of that, I will try to uh, uh, pretend or the guess his passwords. Okay, the second one is invest in tools that limit information loss. Monitor your third party risk and fourth party vendors risk and continuously scan for data exposure and leak credentials. Okay, you have to invest your tools for corporate, but for individuals, you need to use an extra security layer like antivirus or any endpoint protection. Okay, use technology to reduce cost like automatically sending out vendors assessment questionnaires as part of an overall cybersecurity risk assessment strategy. Companies should no longer be asking why cybersecurity is important, but how can I ensure my organization's cybersecurity practices are sufficient to comply with GDPR and other regulations and to protect my business against sophisticated cyber attacks. Yeah. Uh, uh, Imagine you don't know how attackers behave or how they attack and what you don't aware about the risk. It is quite impossible to protect you then from the attackers. Okay, you have to know the risk. What is the risk? Or what data might be manipulated? What data might be stolen, damaged? Okay, first of all, you need to understand the risk. After that, you need to invest to protect from the risk and you need to execute the plans. Okay, for individual, I have collected some points to protect you or just for your general awareness. Okay, educate yourself with latest threats, phishing techniques, web attacks, etc. Okay, you have to know about latest web attacks. Okay, how phishing techniques use, what is phishing mails, what is phishing images. Okay, what is all about phishing. Okay, or what attacks strategy is in the trend, just like I showed you the Twitter example. Yeah. Second one is do not trust everything on internet. Yes, definitely. A few of even though I was one of them, I was trusting every information on the internet. But once I get to learn about this, I make sure that and I understand that every information on the internet is not right. Okay, so you have to start, you have to think about it twice before executing any internet content. Do not click open unknown links and programs. Yeah. While using the Facebook groups or Instagram groups, WhatsApp groups, anybody sending anything. Okay, so you just don't care about it. You just click it and open it. What it is. Okay, so no need to open it. Okay, you have to take care about it. Okay, do not click unknown sources, unknown programs, and do not use piracy. Yes, you heard me right. What you do, you just saving for money while without investing a product. You just try to install crack versions. Yeah, we call it crack. Okay, so what they do, they bypass the payments and they provide you the complete premium features. But do you know that might be installed a payload? Okay, that will execute background and that may steal your data. So do not trust piracy and do not use, for God's sake, do not use piracy. Always use a protection layer to your system. Yes, definitely. Everybody must have a extra protection layer on their system, mobile phones, whatever digital devices you are using. Whenever you are connecting to the world, you must have to use extra protection layer. Always update your system and applications. Yes, whenever the attacks has been conducted, or you have heard or read on Google updates like bug fixed, right? So what is the bugs? Okay, so the attacker which may have using the techniques, they try to fix the bug and they launch the updated version so that the attacker can't able to use the same technique to hack this application. Okay, so always up to date your applications. Learn the identification of program process. Okay, just like you are using something or you are downloading a file like an MP3 file of 10 MB or a movie like 1 GB, and it is downloading the data like hell, 5 GB to 10 GB for just 1 GB of movie, then there is a suspicious of something beyond that. Okay, so you have to find out, you need to go to the task manager, you have to check like see, I can show you here just like this. Okay, once you go to the processes here, just I'm using Google. Okay, PPT presentation and the task manager I have opened and the file explorer one. Okay, beyond that, if I'm showing, I just open the Mozilla Firefox right now. Okay, so it will show me the process here, but while executing the Mozilla Firefox, is there anything else started running beyond that apart from that? Okay, See the my internet speed monitor tool here. Okay, uploading speed and downloading speed. While executing a new application, whether my uploading speed get increased, like something is trying to upload the data from my computer. Okay, once the data gets higher and higher, you have to investigate and try to execute the processes and performances like this. Okay, Task Manager is very useful tool to monitor your processes, just like this. Okay, so back to the presentation. Okay, so the next one is learn the identification of process. Yeah, we done that. Do not store your private and sensitive information on cloud. Yes, definitely. You shouldn't store your private data on cloud storage. You have to you must store it on offline drive like any pen drive or any physical drive or hard disk. Okay, do not store it on cloud. Never. Do not trust your name. Sorry, do not use your name, date of birth, pet names, family names in your passwords. Yeah, casually people what they do, even though in ATM card, ATM pins. Okay, they try to use the date of birth for their for God's sake for 4-digit pin. Okay, so attacker, what I said about social engineering, the attacker do the social engineering. They will identify your date of birth from your Facebook account. Okay, and they will try to mix and make a combination with the help of your name and date of birth and try to execute a password while guessing this. Okay, using your surnames in your passwords, your pet names in your passwords. Okay, so there is multiple combinations which normally people do, and I have seen like I was also doing the same thing few years ago, not now. Okay, so don't do this. You might get an easy target if you are doing this. Okay. The next one, always use the password of minimum 16 digits that is irrelevant to you and include upper lowercase digits, special characters, numerics, etc. Yeah, definitely 16 digits. Yeah, I said the 16 digits. Whenever you set a password, try to use more than 16 digits because to an attacker it is quite difficult to guess the password more than 8 to 10 digits or 12 digits more than. So it is a good thing if you know that if you are using this kind of pattern, then it is quite impossible to hack your account. So you should follow these steps for your as your general awareness, and please research on this whenever you see any attacks on any news. Not like this, चाइना का सबसे बड़ा साइबर अटैक कल होने वाला है, not like this. Okay, so it is in real time things you have to learn about it. Okay, and you guys might thinking how to be an ethical hacker. Okay, so I'll let me brief you something about hacker. There is three types of hacker: normal, black hat, white hat, and gray hat. Okay, what black hat hackers do when they try to execute an attack or they are targeting someone, so there is one and only intention: damage your data, to steal your data, to manipulate your data. Okay, they are not trying to attack you for your good. No, for damage you, they are trying to attack you. They are trying to target you. This one is black hat. The second one is white hat. What he do hacking just for good purpose to protect you, just like ethical hackers. Okay, just like me. What we do, we protect our organization from the attackers. Okay, we execute the attacks on virtual environment. We show them like the attacker is able to do this. Okay, we bypass the protocols or we manipulate the system and we execute or we gain the credentials. Okay, with this way. So you should patch this way, close these port numbers, and whatever we can suggest them, we can recommend them. We are doing just for to protecting purpose, not for defecting purpose. Okay, so this is the major difference between black hat hacker and white hat hacker. And the third one is gray hat hacker. Okay, so what gray hat hacker do while attacking someone, he he hasn't decided yet, I will going to protect you or I will going to manipulate you. He hasn't decided yet. Once the attack gets successfully, then he will decide I should ask for bug bounty. Okay, if you are paying me this, I will protect your server for 1 month or for 6 months, and up to this you just patch your system and give me this amount of, and I will not sure or manipulate or delete or damage your data. Just give me my bug bounty. Like I have found, and I am the one who let you know that you have that kind of bugs in your website or your application. So the third one is like gray hat hacker. Okay, so let's get started. Uh, so let me clear one thing. We do not have to become a gray hat or a black hat. We have to become a white hat. Okay, ethical hacker, ethical one to protect our nation or our self or our organization, anything. We need to protect it, not to defect it. Okay. So become an ethical hacker. You need authorized certification and platforms. Yes, you heard me right. You cannot do it your own. Just like you uh, learn some tutorials and you are become an ethical hacker. You have to identify, you have to certify, you have to do on the validate platform. Just like this, there is some list of certifications like Network Plus, Security Plus, Certified Ethical Hacker, CEH, SANS certifications, AWS Cloud Security, Certified Information System Security Professional, which is called CISSP, and the next one Certified Security Analyst, ECSA, Penetration Testing, and the next one is Licensed Penetration Tester, LPT, and the last one is Offensive Security Certification, Certified Professional, sorry, OSCP. Okay, so it is a track. If you are a basic guy, like you don't know about network anything, so you should start with Network Plus. Okay, and if you know, like you have done CCNA or you know the fundamentals in network, how network works, the OSI layer models and all, then you should directly start with CEH. Okay, and it's not mandatory to get certified. Okay, you can buy certificate hacking books like gray hat hacking, white hat hacking. Okay, you can study from this. You can buy it online or any second hand shop. Okay, you can, as I said, there is no linear path to get a certified ethical hacker. Okay, or a career based oriented, or you wanted to become a successfully professional. You can choose any path. Okay, I have literally seen in my profession come from commerce background. Okay, so it doesn't matter what are you doing. If you are really passionate, you are really interested to become a hacker, a ethical hacker, and you wanted to protect, and you wanted to, you it inspires you. You are really passionate about it. Like I wanted to know which. See, the most important thing in cybersecurity is it is this which is not known by everybody. Okay, this profession is for limited peoples. Everybody knows how mobile phone works, but nobody knows how it build, how to make mobile phones at home. Okay, but everybody knows how processor, how to operate it, the functionality. Just like this in cybersecurity, you have to know how security works. Okay, how network works, how our internet works. Okay, how they manipulate the network, how they enter the system. Okay, while having the security protocols, while having the big branded firewalls. The next one is SOC, Security Operations Center. Okay, so the SOC is nowadays very huge career opportunities in that Security Operations Center. So what they do, uh, a big branding organizations, you may have heard about it. Anything you can consider, anything Microsoft, Google, any company you have heard about it. Just imagine they are having some business, and they are running some business or services, and while doing business they don't need to get hacked or get compromised by any hacker. So what they do, they do their business and they just hire someone or any company like, you guys handle our security. We don't want to get compromised. You just handle our security, and we will do our business. Okay, they pay they have their annual subscriptions and their charges, and they use the tools to protect the organization. They have nothing to do with their business. They just provide their pure security. That's what SOC do. Okay, and that's why SOC is important. And the Security Operations Center is a huge concept, as I have a good experience in that while working in SOC. So we can make it another topic to our seminar. It will take a huge time to explain you guys. So we will come later on the SOC Security Operations Center. Okay. So going to the next, you can see here a SOC operation centers look like. Yeah, exciting, huh? Yeah, but not everyone, but someone, few of them. The security operation centers. Yeah, people are monitoring the events, the traffic, how the attacks or network flow is happening, or what is the attacking system or their tools are doing, or what rules are triggering, all about it. Self-learning is a key. Yeah, listen guys, if you wanted to aware yourself, just a few of you might have just come here to just general awareness. We wanted to know like what cybersecurity is, how we can protect ourselves, and few of you might thinking I wanted to become a career in cybersecurity. So whatever you are trying to thinking right now, the self-learning is the key. Yes, I can show you the path only, but you have to work on that yourself on your own. Thank you, guys, for hearing me. If you have any questions regarding this, now you can ask me, and here is my contact details. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I request the audience to type any questions or doubts that they have in the chat box.
Okay, we have some questions. Sushant said how to crack an attacker's trail with cyber forensic. Okay, and Vishal is unable to see and okay, see in cyber forensics, attackers trail. In cyber forensic, I think I told you like it is an investigation. Okay, इसमें attack आपको इन्वेस्टिगेट करना होता है, आपको करना नहीं होता है अटैकर्स ट्रेल. ओके, सो yeah, you can you have to focus on the evidence whatever you are gathering na, cell phones, laptops, any digital devices, cameras, near about CCTV footage, whatever you are having on the whenever you see in movies like there is a forensic team comes and they investigate like involve, they are getting fingerprints and digital devices. So just like this, in cyber forensic, you have to investigate each and every device, digital copy, digital data, and then whether it is in presentive manner or you can present in as a code, and whether it is admissible. There is a huge law on that, and after that we can proceed with this. Isn't SOC provide a report for org dot in 3 different levels? Even SOC provide reports. Yeah, SOC provide reports. I don't know. Every SOC has a different policies. Okay, so some SOC might be providing, but as you know, I cannot share with the data with you all guys what is the procedures and what SOCs do. But I can tell you, like SOC provides has multiple operations, like you said. There is multiple and a huge operations as per the client request or client demand. Okay, how to prevent phishing attack? Okay, to prevent phishing attack, you just don't open any suspicious link. Okay, try to control on your fingertips. Okay, नहीं मुझे नहीं open करना, नहीं देखना ही नहीं मेरे को क्या होने वाला है इस link को open करके. Okay, so do not open any suspicious link or any unknown link. Okay, if you you guys, I can tell you one thing. See, there is a platform like URL scan, I guess. Yeah, url scan.io. सो देखो ये क्या करता है, अगर एक सस्पिशियस लिंक है, जस्ट लाइक we have a link of our webinar. Okay, I'm entering it here and enter public scan. Okay, I don't know why it is not working. Okay, yeah, reading. सो ये क्या करेगा, ये डायरेक्टली इस यूआरएल पे विजिट नहीं करेगा। ओके, ये पहले एग्जीक्यूट करेगा कि इस यूआरएल का पेज दिखता कैसे है, इसमें है क्या। ओके, इट विल शो अस द स्क्रीनशॉट्स ऑफ आवर वेबिनार व्हाइल जॉइन बिफोर द जॉइनिंग ऑप्शन। ओके, तो ऐसी चीजें आप यूज, ऐसे टूल्स यूज कर सकते हो। देखो यू कांट जॉइन दिस वीडियो कॉल, ऐसा दिखा रहा है अभी। ओके, सो दिस इज द आउटपुट ऑफ दिस यूआरएल। ओके, फ्रॉम इंडिया August 1st 2020। ओके, 1st August मैनुअल, इसके बारे में जितनी भी डिटेल्स है आपको यहाँ पे मिल जाएगी। सो ऐसे जो बेसिक टूल्स होते हैं आप यूज कर सकते हो, और अपना जो है फिशिंग से बचा सकते हो अपने आप को। लेकिन आपको पता होगा तो ही ये यूज होगा। इसीलिए मैं बोलता हूँ हमेशा कि गेट टू नॉलेज अबाउट इट। ओके, मेक अवेयर योर सेल्फ विद दिस नॉलेज। ओके, next one is image steganography possible through WhatsApp images? Does WhatsApp provide any security against it? See, it is possible with WhatsApp. That's why WhatsApp is updating their versions each week or every set of the attack. But we are not aware about it. The attackers, what they write a script for this, and if they have any pattern, WhatsApp identify the pattern, they patch the pattern, and they release the update for this. Okay, so but it is possible, I guess. Dheeraj Sharma, sir, as you said, some person hacked into US military, found some important file. Likewise, Twitter also happened. So, sir, is there any trace back to find who did it? Is there any criminal charges on that person? Yes, definitely. Whatever you done on the internet, there is always a trace for this. And there is a difference between an expert hacker and the intermediate hacker or entry level hacker. एंट्री लेवल हैकर को क्या होता है, पता ही नहीं होता है कि इसका इम्पैक्ट क्या होने वाला है। उसको पता भी नहीं कि मुझे भी कोई हैक कर सकता है, मुझे भी कोई ट्रेस कर रहा है या ट्रैप कर रहा है। वो बस उसका अटैक करता है, वो सक्सेसफुल भी हो जाता है। ओके, लाइक सम स्मॉल थिंग्स टाइप्स। बट जो एक्सपर्ट लेवल अटैकर होता है ना, उसको पता होता है कि अगर मैं ये अटैक कर रहा हूँ तो मेरे ऊपर भी वॉच होने वाला है। ओके, मेरा भी ट्रैक रूट निकलने वाला है, मैं कहाँ से क्या, तो वो अपना लोकेशन बाउंस कर सकता है। देयर इज मल्टीपल मेथड्स एंड टेक्नोलॉजीज, वो अपने आप को एनोनिमस कर सकता है। बट स्टिल there is a way, yeah, and there is just on cyber forensics and cyber crimes, and now India has also a very aware and getting very serious about cyber crime. So yes, if someone hack my system, then it is possible to reverse hack to his system. Yes, definitely it is possible, but at doing this, you have the expert level of knowledge. But you can do this. Sir, how do these people who send these phishing links get your email? How do these people who send this? Yeah, I'm not understanding. ओके ओके, तो कौन भेजता है? ओके, देखो ये पता नहीं, कोई भी भेज सकता है जिसको। अगर मैं एक फिशिंग लिंक बनाता हूँ, ओके, और मैं स्प्रेड करता हूँ हर जगह, तो आप जैसे जैसे क्लिक करते जाएंगे ना, ये कोई भी हो सकता है। ही कैन बी एनीबॉडी, ही वाज द वन हु इज एनोनिमस। उसके बारे में किसी को नहीं पता, लेकिन उसको सबके बारे में पता हो जाता है। जैसे जैसे आप मैंने बोला ना, 10 रुपए में 500 GB डेटा। ओके, जो आप क्लिक कर देते हो, वहां पे रजिस्टर भी करते हो आपका नाम, आपका ईमेल आईडी, डेट ऑफ बर्थ, प्रोफेशन, तो उसको सब मिल जाता है आपका डेटा। ओके, दे माइट बी डेटा कलेक्टर एंड दे माइट बी स्टीलिंग योर डेटा एंड सेलिंग योर डेटा। दे माइट बी एनीबडी। हैव यू एवर encountered a DDoS attack? See, I cannot comment on this here. Uh, Sir, for layman like us, yeah, student also, what do you recommend to start learning? Like she may not have much knowledge about anything. but wants to start something in the field. It may be subject topics or books or any reference. Yeah, you can proceed with the basic thing like network and network plus certification or CEH certification. Okay, or you just simply get a book like CEH version 10, version 9, whatever you have available in second hand or online or wherever you are able to getting this. You can start learning the cyber security and CEH. Why I recommend you all guys, because CEH is the one who is the most basic and most uh, extraordinary knowledgeable course. In that you will know all the things, phishing क्या होता है, chain क्या होता है, okay, OSI model को कैसे represent होता है, you will know everything, क्रिप्टोग्राफी क्या होती है, सब कुछ आपको उसमें पता चलेगा. और डिग्री लेने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. इफ़ यू आर ऑन 12th कि आपको 12th के बाद जाना है, सो यू कैन प्रोसीड विद द डिग्री. But if not, you can proceed with any IT graduation. Okay, BSc IT, BSc Computer, engineering, engineering in computer science, whatever you wanted to do, and just go with the certification, any of this. Okay, and you will get to know about it. This is the best way, I think, because without any security certifications, it is quite difficult. So try to get certified, and if not, try to make a huge knowledge and learn about it deeply on the books. Okay, sir, which programming language is mostly secure? Then we can't comment on this. Okay, कोई भी language ले लो, उसमें कोई ना कोई बग तो निकलेगा ही. Okay, attackers, that's what they do ना. CPP में क्या बग है, पाइथन में क्या बग है, रूबी में क्या बग है, ओके, एप्पल में, एंड्रॉइड में क्या बग है, वो सब ढूंढ के उसके मल्टीपल प्रोसीजर्स होते हैं अटैक करने के. Sir, yes, you use a team GDPR in slides. Uh, Please, can you brief it and how it works? Okay, see, uh, I'll show you with the diagrams. Which one? Which one? We'll take one of this. Okay, you can see GDPR is a set of multiple technologies. Okay, or multiple things. Right access, right certification, right ensure, right data portability, fine up ERU. Okay, this is something kind of different. Okay, no, this is not the same what I'm trying to explain. uh, I guess, yeah, yeah, see, you will go with this. In that scenario, you can see the multiple things which is connected: standard, rules, requirements, law, policies, transparency, regulations, and governance. Okay, you need to compress all the things, and you need to understand all the aspects which is made a product like GDPR. Okay, सो उसमें आपको लॉ क्या है, आपको कुछ वायलेशन नहीं होना चाहिए, पॉलिसी वायलेट नहीं होनी चाहिए. ओके, रेगुलेशंस फॉलो होने चाहिए, स्टैंडर्ड मेंटेन होने चाहिए, रूल्स फॉलो होने चाहिए, पॉलिसीज जो है अपनी वो अप टू डेट होनी चाहिए, और उससे ट्रांसपेरेंसी भी होनी चाहिए. ओके, ऐसा नहीं कि ये बता कुछ रहे और कर क्या रहे, ऐसा नहीं. सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट GDPR. Okay, it is a huge concept, and it is a huge topic as well. I just tell you the basic thing about GDPR. Okay, then is this true? As an engineer, how can we implement that? Question hiring best will benefit. Okay, I don't understand. You shared a link to me. I just can't open it. Okay, so you can speak with this. And Dheeraj Sharma says, as an engineer, how can we be make excellent by learning cybersecurity? How any organization hiring us will be benefits? Okay, as an engineer, okay, first of all, very good, you are an engineer. So, in while learning to the cybersecurity, corporate actually looks and the hiring manager looks about your certifications, what knowledge you have, what skill set you have. Just like in your semester, okay, you have while doing your engineering, you have some sort of semester and they contain some subjects. Okay, as your subject knowledge, you select a project at the end of your degree. So the project which is the most expressive thing in your resume as a fresher, okay, just for fresher. Just like this in cyber security, any experienced person on any industry, I'm talking about cyber security, what is your skill sets you have mentioned on that? Okay, what do you know about cyber security, what certifications you have done? Okay, if you have done, if you haven't done any certification, then what type of skill sets you are aware about it? Okay, you have taken CH training, okay, you have taken the courses but not certified, it's okay, but you have the knowledge and you have the skill sets, and you need to mention all these topics on your CV. Then it is very beneficial to an engineer. But asking to your question, as being an engineer, engineers know about the technology very well. How they know how to build a technology. So it is a plus point and add-on point to them while coming into the security, because if they try to just shift their focus from a technology to another technology, they grasp the easily the things, like how they build it and how we need to protect it right now. Which OS do you recommend for ethical hacker? Okay, Parrot OS I recommend you guys. Parrot मेरे को बहुत अच्छी लगती है, उसका यूजर इंटरफेस और सो पैरेट सेक इज द बेस्ट. काली लिनक्स भी अच्छी है. काली लिनक्स मैं यूज करता था पहले, लेकिन अभी फिलहाल मैं पैरेट ओएस यूज करता हूँ. सर, हाउ इज आईपी पिंग ट्रैक? ओके, okay guys, I guess okay, let me tell you on the we will take another image to explain you guys. Okay, yeah, you can see in this image an attacker real IP 1.1.1.1 internet router. Okay, this is your internet IP TCP source 3.3.3 destination 2.2.2 victim 2.2.2 trusted host 3.3.3. Okay, so it will basically do what it will do. It will have a different kind of IP, while internet. So internet is a vast. It will going through the multiple routers, switches, and so on. There is a how you are able to access .google.com. It may be stored in your Indian server, Bangalore server, or US server. Within a fraction of second, it goes to this and this. But while doing in that scenario, hooping tracking, there is an extension for an IP which is stored with this, and at the with the help of this, it is get tracked. Yeah, I cannot comment on this more. Just for okay. Anyway, do you know any free platform to study cybersecurity from scratch where courses will be available? Yes, there is cybrary.com. Okay, and MITRE ATT&CK, and there are, okay, let me tell you, this one is cybrary attack, cybrary.it. यहाँ पे पेड भी है, फ्री लाइसेंस भी है. उसके बाद एक है माइटर अटैक. यस, attack.mitre.org. दिस वन इज. और उसके बाद है ओवास्प. OWASP.org, OWASP.org, which is also one of the best website to learn for beginners. And then Hack the Box. इस पे पहले अकाउंट क्रिएट करना पड़ता है, वो कैसे आप देख लेना. ओके, इस पे यूजर ने पासवर्ड के लिए बॉक्स नहीं होता है. So there is multiple websites for the beginners which is free, and you will get to know about it once you try to execute this. Okay, quotesfigure.com. Yes, perfect. Very good, Dhananjay. This one is also a best website, guys. I highly recommend you guys. Please go with this quotesfigure.com, which will provide you all the basic from the basic things. Okay, sorry, my firewall has dropped it. Anyways, but recommend this. And once again, I would like to tell you guys, I'm commenting my details in the description box. Comment, please do follow and be in touch with. If you need any help further, just mail me and contact me and follow me. Thank you. Anybody else?
Thank you, sir. With this, we come towards the end of our webinar. On behalf of the entire team of IEEE, I would like to extend my vote of thanks. Thank you, Ritesh sir, for being here with us today, for sharing your valuable insights on the cybersecurity and patiently answering all the questions of the audience. I'm sure we all learned a lot from you as you explained the topic in a simplified and a very interesting way. I would also like to thank the audience for attending this webinar and being patient listeners, ensuring a smooth functioning of the webinar. A link to the feedback form will be shared in the chat box. I request the audience to give us an honest feedback so that we can improve for our future events. Also, feel free to suggest any topics you would like us to organize for our future webinars. All the content of today's webinar will be mailed to you all. Thank you.